Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick tip about putting your own custom pictures on something like the T16. Now this doesn't apply just to the T16, it also applies to any of these kind of color radios. Now you can in OpenTX kind of pick the image that you want. Now there are a number supplied on the SD card and you can choose it. So this is whoop.jpg and there we have a little picture of a whoop. But you can edit and download and put your own images onto the SD card, and in this video I'll show you how. Now the first thing to do, of course, I would recommend is remove the SD card or put it into bootloader mode and connect it into your PC, but I personally would just pull the SD card and put it in the SD card reader on your computer. The next thing you're going to need to do is download something called FrSky or FrSky, not sure how you pronounce it. I'll put a link in the description. This is a great little free editor for images and I've used it for many years. It's perfect for quick jobs like this. If you do use a program and like it, then do donate to the cause to keep it being updated. Now if we look at the SD card on the computer, then here in the images folder are all the images that we've got. You can see here I've created some others. You can see my painless pill and some others too. Now we can see the format that we need by right clicking on any of the images in this folder and clicking on properties. And the box pops up and it'll tell us that it's a JPEG file, and if we look in the details we can also see the size of the file as well. If the file's too big, then OpenTX won't load it. So we need a JPEG format file and we need it ideally to be less than the maximum size. So the next thing to do then is to download and install FrSky. Apologies to the gentleman who actually created this. And I'm just going to have the details up here on the side so we know what we're shooting for. So we need to have an image that's ideally the same size or less than that. Now I've got this picture of my AR wing. Let me just zoom out and so it fits onto the window. There we go. Now I don't want all that grass, so I'm just going to drag a little box around it and then say edit, crop to selection, and that should make it a little bit like it. Whoops, gone big again. Minus. There we go. So that's the image that's going to end up on the radio, but I need to resize it to be at least or ideally smaller than the size that's already on the SD card. Now if I do it so that the horizontal size is right, the vertical size is too big. If I do the height right, the width is a little bit short, but that should work fine. So that is it. So let's save it as a JPEG file. So that should be below the size of the ones that's already on the SD card. If we save it as a JPEG file, it's going to be the same format too. So we'll call it something like AR Wing. Be careful about the maximum numbers of letters in your naming convention. I'd recommend keep it under 6 just to avoid any problems. And then now that's saved, all I'm going to do is grab it from a desktop, drag it into this pictures folder and let go. And there it is at the bottom, AR Wing. So now, if I just do the properties on this one, we can see that it's a JPEG file. If we go into the details, we can see the width and height, and it's below what was already on there. So we're not putting a really big image on the radio. So back to the radio. So grab your SD card, pop it back into the slot, turn your radio over and power it up, and press and hold the menu button to go into the first part of the menu and select the image. And if we scroll along, there's AR Wing. So if we select that and then return out of it, there it is. So that's the trick. You need to make sure that the image isn't too big and it's the same format and ideally the same or slightly less size than the image is already on the SD card, and it should all work. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organize all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching and happy flying.